go back to the thing and do our thing. Please don't. That would not be helpful. Alright, and... Hello everybody and welcome. Welcome to our live tarot readings with Lisa and Anton. I'm Anton.
And I'm Lisa, and I can't believe it's a week gone by already.
It's just whoosh. Time is gone.
Wow.
So what I'm going to do, I'm going to jump over to the tube of you so we can see what's going on.
Well, you're going to see that Gilda is first tonight.
Well, you already seen because we went there, because we had to go there for the preview. And if I click here, we should be something like, look at that,
there
hello
she is.
Gilda. And Gilda's saying hello to everyone. The everyone right now, Gilda, is us. It's just you and I. So we'll have a. Oh no, there's a ton of people joining us. I see them coming in now. They haven't just appeared yet. So good people, if you're joining us, and we can explain how this works. First thing is, what you need to do is mash that thumbs up button.
Oh, please like us, yes.
Yes, that's not optional.
It helps us a lot.
Do not delay. Mash that button right away. Okay, so the deal
So what
is,
are we doing?
We're doing some free tarot readings. That's the idea.
All right.
So the essence is, if you would like a free tarot reading, just simply drop on the chat to the side there and say hello, and I'd like a card, please. And if you've got a question, please go ahead and ask it. Lisa and I will pull a card individually, one at a time, jumping backwards and forwards between us, and we'll tell you what we see. That's basically the long and the short of it. Now then, if you're one of those people, because usually we get quite a few people along to these things, if you're one of these people who's strapped for time and would like your reading to occur much sooner, or you would like a more detailed reading, then if you throw us a super chat, and it doesn't matter how much for, anything you like, could be $5, $500, it makes no odds. Whatever floats your boat. Throw us a super chat. I'm sorry, I'm breaking the teeth in for a friend. I have no idea what I'm saying.
Plus, it takes him forever to explain something.
Stop your nagging.
God.
Enhance your calm. Stop your nagging. I'm on a roll here. I'm trying to explain this. If you throw us a super chat, we'll move you to the front of the queue. So you can get your reading straight away. Well, behind everybody else who's thrown us a super chat, obviously. And we'll also do you a more detailed reading. So, speaking of super chats, I know we have just got one. So I could tell that because
I was like, what's
why
happening?
Is the light flashing? It's because somebody actually
Well,
programmed.
thank you, Gilda. You're first anyway, honey. But thank you.
If this then that, it makes the light flash so we can see, so we know what's going on. Well, thank you for testing my my little thing.
So hi back to Lisa. And Lisa, you would be number 2. If you want a card, let us know.
I am not number 2.
Then we have Miranda, who said, hey, it takes a while to see those ads. I know, but you know what? We do make a little bit of money on those ads, and every little bit certainly helps.
I think you don't have to watch them all. You can just hit the skip button after a few seconds. You said.
Regina,
No.
I have your question, but Victoria will be before that, and she says general. All right, so we have Gilda.
About generals.
We have Gilda, Lisa, Miranda, Regina, and Victoria.
Well, that's wonderful. And Gilda, thank you so much for the super chat. That's awfully
And
generous
Mike
of you.
just came on.
Mike would like to be a general, which is where a
That
uniform
joke's
march
getting
up
old
and down.
now, you know.
I don't know.
It is.
I'll think of something better. Well,
All right.
Somebody has to say something other than general.
What I wanted to say is happy full moon to everybody.
Oh,
Today is the Leo full moon.
Leo.
And
I'm dressed accordingly.
We have a really interesting aspect happening tomorrow, which is Jupiter, the planet of joy and gifts and abundance and expansion, is going to be in harmony, sextile. Sextile
Are you allowed to say sextile?
with Uranus. I'm allowed to say that too. And that means that tomorrow we can all expect the unexpected, but in a positive way, right? So tomorrow we should still have the energy of the full moon from today, and we should have that excitement and unexpected, zappy, bright, chaosy energy from Uranus.
Like Zippy the Pinhead.
Sextiling Jupiter, the planet, the great giver, the great benefic. So we could really, really see some wonderful positive things that we just weren't expecting tomorrow.
I love unexpected joys.
All right, so Lisa's asking, I'll put down career for her. Pamela, put her on the list.
So it's a good job my bunny is organised, because if I was keeping the list, none of you would be getting a reading.
Well, Miranda, that's fine. You can support us by watching the ads, and that's great. All right, so we'll start with Gilda.
Yes.
And Gilda gets 3 cards. General,
She does.
what does Spirit have to tell her?
You want to go first?
So I'm 1.
All right. I'm another one. Then here, this one. This one I am feeling.
Okay, and I'm this one.
All right, what we got?
All right, so we have the beginning card as the Magician.
Ah, yes.
And I think in the reading that this is you. Okay? I think this is you, and I think, yes, we do take questions, Pam. You can have a 1-card reading for free. I think this is, Gilda, this is you and where you have come to. That you have now progressed to a place of balance and calm. And you've progressed to a place where you are honestly feeling secure and in control, regardless of what someone else might be doing. So I think, like, basically I want to say, like, I feel this tells us you've got your shit together. Okay? And that you are in contact or in harmony with the positive things that help you to stay ahead of it. Now,
That was the second one.
this is the second one, and this is the third one. The issue here is Spirit is talking about that control unsettling some other people around you, right? That you have drawn boundaries and you have set limits and goals, and this other person who may not be the best communicator or the best listener or the best processor of everything is now kind of feeling like they're being shut out of the game. I don't see you as the kind of person that would ever deny your children of something important, but I also see you as the person who would defend your children against somebody who may not be in their best interests. So I think that this year you're going to have a lot more control over the situation than you did before.
All right. So yeah, this is really just a check yourself moment, really, Gilda, for you. Check yourself. You've got it going on, okay? This comes up front and center. This is the Magician, as above, so below, as within, so without, as the universe, so the soul. So, simply align with that which is to be, that which you bring into being. Just your simple focus on that energy brings it together. I think what we've got to do with you is you've been gaslighted for so long, and I apologize. I know I wasn't the one gaslighting you, but you've been gaslighted for so long. It's almost like you have this underlying trepidation, which is difficult for you to leave at the lost and found. That almost waits for the other shoe to drop. It's like, oh yeah, okay, but it's bound to go pear-shaped. And it isn't bound to go pear-shaped at all. The falsehood that has been perpetrated will collapse under its own weight. This is what this card tells us, okay? Yeah, there's an effed up situation with communication. But you understand it takes 2 to communicate, and there's as much listening involved as just trying to make your point. And when everybody's yelling at everybody else, nobody's listening anymore. The only time they're listening for is a break in the noise to interject their part. That's not what it's about. So have no fear here. I know 5s are a struggle, and I know you feel like, oh, it's coming, and then woosah. Careful what you're aligning with, okay? It doesn't have to be a repeating pattern here. We don't have to go back there, okay?
No, you're magic.
You
now,
have
girl.
learned, and you have learned that being bold, mighty forces come to your aid, and that you are finding yourself. You're recovering your sovereignty, and realizing that we run ting, ting no run we. This is you, okay? So own it, all right, and don't allow yourself to slip back into fretting about what might possibly happen, because you're lending energy to that by doing that. You understand what I'm saying? Focus only on the absolute desired outcome, and what's going on in here is just transmitted out to the universe, and the universe filters it straight back to you or reflects it back to you. But all in all, not bad. All right.
All right.
All right.
So up next, Lisa D says
Hello, Lisa D.
she feels stuck at her work or career. And what do the cards say about that? I'm still writing down everyone's questions.
So do you want me to go then? Should I go for Lisa D? So she feels stuck at work. Yeah, actually, I see this. So I think what you need to do is, if you can't inspire yourself, it's awful difficult to inspire others. Now, often I strongly suggest sometimes, or I caution people about wanting to try and escape and go somewhere else and do something else. But this is being really strongly indicated to you right now. You need to go to a place of I feel personally, somewhere that will move you deeply to the core, and will for somehow be the necessary trigger to have you not get so hung up about the menial stuff, the mundane, which is weighing very heavily on you. So if you are able perhaps to go visit somewhere as spectacular, as deeply moving as the Grand Canyon, or somewhere like Sedona, Arizona, or even Machu Picchu, wherever you feel. I don't think
anybody's going.
Not soon. There is light at the end of the tunnel with this pandemic. I know in my heart of hearts that we're moving into a better place with it. So soon you will have the freedom of movement, and I would strongly suggest you take some desperately owed vacation time, and that you invest that in yourself and move yourself to a place where you can get that reset, where you can just be caught up in the wonder of the majesty of the landscape around you, and it's going to be very calming, and it's going to pull you back into your place of.
She says she's going to Vegas in March. We'll get some inspiration.
Okay. Don't lose it all on the crap table.
No, but get some inspiration there about what speaks to you.
All right. So there.
Okay. Regina, I do have you in your question, but there's a couple of people ahead of you, and I'm just writing down.
Gosh, there's a bunch of people joining us tonight. If you've not mashed the like button yet, please thumbs up.
It's my turn next, and I'm up.
We need you to hit that thumbs up button.
Yes, please hit the like button. Okay.
You share this on your social media.
Can I talk?
No. What do you mean, can you talk? You talk all the bleeding time.
All right, I'm trying to focus.
Miranda,
Miranda, it's your turn. And Miranda wants to know, baby or no baby? Well, he's laughing because this is a come here, go away, come here, go away. What I'm going to say to you is, I feel that this message is you absolutely can physically have a baby, and that emotionally and mentally you would make a great mom, and you probably know that as well. But I think what's holding you back is the prospect of being responsible for another person for the rest of your life.
It's true.
So part of you, I think, because this card is like that push me, pull me. Part of you says, well, that would be lovely. I would love to have a baby. I would love to look into their eyes. I would love to raise the child. I would love to have a family. And the other part of you says, well, that scares the shit out of me. I'm not sure I want a baby at all.
Run! Save yourself!
So I'm going to say, eat healthy and prepare. Mm-hmm. And should it happen, you'll be fine. Should it not happen, you'll be fine. So I know you think I'm probably copping out, and I'm not really. I'm telling you, you absolutely are fertile, and you absolutely mentally and emotionally could handle this. It's do you really want to have a baby?
I think the jury's still out, personally.
Yeah. So that's how I'm going to answer that. And it's interesting because I have later on, Kathleen has asked the same question.
Oh, God, no, we're not into babies, are we?
It might be baby season.
It's a baby night.
All right. Just wait till Aquarius is over so you don't have a Scorpio Miranda.
Hey,
although
hang on.
Kathleen would love to have a Scorpio because I think she
Scorpio.
is one.
Hey, Scorpios are all right.
Oh, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that.
Don't malign everybody.
No. I'm saying that Kathleen, being a Scorpio, that would work better for her.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Regina wants to know how Cam feels about her. So that's your turn.
Well, I'm feeling this is the one. Well, it's interesting. I think more's the question, how do you feel about Cam?
It's one of those nights.
It is, though. Look. Okay.
Regina, you're definitely the person in control of this.
Oh, hell yeah. So maybe you're just looking for that final confirmation or whatever. You just went before you know. But if you've got, let's talk homo to homo or whatever. I can't do. I'm sorry. I can't even do these fancy gangster speak. I'm no. I'm from Birmingham, England. What the hell do you expect from me? Let's talk person to person. Let me frank for a moment, okay? First point is there ain't a rush here, all right? See that tiny little snail? Okay.
There's a little snail.
That's kind of key, all right? Take your time here. And realize that you are, if you will, destined to good things. Good things, okay? I mean, this person does not look like they're really struggling here, all right? But there's more to a relationship than just financial security. And I will strongly suggest that you're the one who's capable of generating the financial security here. So what do you feel about the situation, you know? Notice that the kestrel here is hooded at this moment, you know? Because you take the hood off, the kestrel will get a bead on something and away it goes, you know? It's got a real focus. So kestrel's calm. We're in a very serene, very pleasant. So enjoy the courtship, if you will. Enjoy the whatever, but how do you feel? And I think when you answer that question to yourself, you'll decide whether it's okay to move forwards. Because I think it's about you, truth be told.
So Miranda, that's funny because I use that as my Virgo card. And you're Virgo, yeah. Well, just, have a think about it.
All right, what we got next?
All right, I'm up with
lots of people.
I'm up
joining
with Victoria. Let's see. Violet Hummingbird. Oh my God, how cool. I've been to your shop before! Exclamation point. I was just browsing tarot streams because I've been working on one as well.
Oh, hey. You're working on a tarot deck? Awesomeness.
Yeah, we are working on 2 different kinds of tarot decks. They're both tarots, though, not oracle.
We are, and we'll let you know. We've got a little bit of a tarot talk course coming up, which I'm working on the first episode, so you can all join us for that too.
We can do like the basics of tarot, call it tarot talk.
Well,
anyway,
how our weird minds work. At least.
We are back to Victoria.
Hello, Victoria.
Victoria's turn, and she has a general reading. Victoria, this is the card of victory. So I do think something really, really wonderful is going to show itself for you tomorrow. That will kind of help you move forward with something you've been working on for a while. I'm being shown some sort of circle, so I kind of feel like that's coming full circle with something, or completing a project, or getting information that gives you a much more solid kind of stable footing. So I think that your message in general is about victory and safety, security, foundation, and like coming face to face with something that you can finally kind of put to bed. So in a good way. All right. You're up with Mike for general.
Okay, Mike. You're still in the pondering phase, my friend, aren't you? You're pondering something. This card shows massive untapped potential for me. And There's an awful lot of good with you, Mike. I think your ability to think clean outside of the box is brilliant. I think you have you're one of those special people. I think that when Henry Ford was trying to build his factory and start mass production and doing it so differently, so many people were telling him, oh, you can't do this. No, that'll never work. Oh, you can't do that. You can't do that. And he said, for God's sakes, will somebody find me a handful of people with the capacity to not know something can't be done? All right? You're one of those people. You have that capacity to not know something can't be done. And because of that, you just go ahead and somehow do it. And I think this catches people by surprise. They go, oh, you can't do that. But I just did, didn't I? You know? So utilize that. I think that's your real strength. It's a very awkward thing to sell. It's a very difficult thing to try and communicate to somebody because it can't necessarily be put into words. I mean, I'm struggling to put it into words, and I have no trouble spewing off at the mouth, as Lisa will tell you. But perhaps your gig is to try and sell yourself a little better to get the recognition that you need, because I really feel that you've got a massive amount of as yet unrealized potential.
Don't underestimate your value.
Yeah, I think when somebody can see that, you're going to be away, like, you know. But are you holding back, waiting for somebody else to see how you're worth, or are you in some way going to be able to communicate that to them? And I think the dead giveaway here is, I love these. I don't know if you can see that little group of trees just there. That's like dolmen, and this is like a navigational feature. It was planted all over early European landscapes in very prominent places because Celts were expert navigators astrally, but when you've only got one, you know, luminary like the sun in the sky, it's tricky to actually get your bearings from it. So they put these things so you could navigate between settlements and what have you. So navigation for you is, you don't need to have an absolutely perfect roadmap. You've just got to have a rough idea of where you're going, and I think then start to move towards it and things will get a lot clearer. Massive amount of untapped potential. Maybe you should be tapping into it this year. That's what I'm suggesting. All right?
All right. So Pamela's up next. Her question is, will Eric be my forever?
Eric?
Well, this is the wish card. So it's the ultimate yes. I'm just going to say to you, be careful what you wish for, because you just might get it.
Oh, you poopy.
You know, I think it was
Poopy.
Dustin Hoffman who said, you know, you only get 20 years for murder.
25 to life for murder.
Yeah, but you usually get out on parole after about 20. So, you know, Anton and I have served that sentence pretty much already.
It's not a sentence you get. I love it.
But no, I think that this relationship has great potential, and I think that the message here is to honor each other's wishes. You know, my mom always said, marriage isn't necessarily always 50-50, but it'll add up to 100. Meaning that some days it's 80-20, you know, but it always adds up to 100. So I think if you can continue to honor each other and honor each other's wishes and needs, you don't have an issue staying together. So it's a very positive answer. All right. You are up next with Rubia. And Rubia has an interesting
name.
Question.
Rubia is an interesting name and an interesting question. And okay,
Rubia's question is, will my ex Nacho going to talk to me on Friday?
An ex Nacho. See, now this is words I don't understand.
Just
I
go
thought
with
a
it.
nacho was a corn chip which you covered in
His name,
cheese.
she might call him Nacho like I call you Bunny.
Okay.
But anyway, he's her ex Nacho. Or his name might be Nacho. Who
Or
knows?
a former lobster.
Her former lobster. Will he talk to her on Friday?
I don't know. You know, this is stuff happening. This is stuff happening. Yeah, this is almost bordering on the verge of completely out of control. That's the thing you got to bear in mind here. All that said,
Hit the moving target.
all that said, there is a house on a hill with a river running past, and I know enough.
Feng shui to be dangerous.
Well, yeah, probably positively dangerous, but I know that's a good omen in Feng Shui. So the house on the hill, in fact, it's a very tasteful house on a hill with a river
Well,
running
will he talk
past.
to her on Friday?
Will the conversation ever stop?
Maybe he'll talk to her before Friday, because that's like...
This is a things happening with a real sense of urgency, and like, you know, in now even maybe he's even texting you as we speak. I don't know. There's unfinished business here. That's all I'm saying.
What's interesting about this card is I sometimes see it also as a card of haste. So
as I said, bordering on out of control.
Yeah, you might have to be patient.
Bordering out of control, you know.
So I'm up next with Maria D, who wants to know about her car.
And if you pull the Chariot, that'll be fun.
Well, she asked about, would it be a total loss? Whatever happens, you're going to come out of this way better.
You're way better than you think.
So what I'm going to say now is I'm going to put on my practical head as much as my psychic head and say that the value of cars has gone way up. So your car that's being totaled may have a much better value than you think. And you'll be able to get something really, really good in its place. I would recommend at this point, though, trying not to lease a car, because I think that could get tricky with the economy later on. So I think it is going to be a total loss, yeah. But I think you're going to come out of it way better. This is a very, very positive money card and an energy of support and actually like honesty, you know. So I don't think you're going to get ripped off by some swarmy used car salesman. I think if you have a frank talk with your insurance adjuster, you're going to come out of this really good. Also, you know, this could be a settlement too from a lawsuit. So stick with things. I hope you feel well. I hope you're okay and you didn't get hurt too badly. But I do think the car thing is going to work out way better than you're worried about. In fact, tomorrow you may get some very unexpected good news.
Yeah, you know, understand that I'm going to chime in here. We do get emotionally attached to things sometimes.
Yeah.
And it's difficult, and that emotional attachment sometimes can be a blockage to prevent us from moving to something that we haven't even conceptualized. And you know, that card, that 10 of Pentacles is an extraordinarily good card. All right. So, but it comes with a lesson. There's definitely a lesson of growth in there. So.
Yes, Haley, you can have a card, and you just have to let us know what your question is. And Violet, I don't know what your question was, whether it was about your streaming tarot thing, or if you had a different kind of question. So
just whatever you want to do. If you've got a question, go ahead and ask us.
Right,
if not, just
you're up next with
we'll do something general.
BS7, a love question. What does she feel about me?
That's one interesting name, BS7.
Well, you want to look back, or you don't trust me?
No, BS7 status.
BS7 status.
What does she feel about me?
See, Radhika and Balaram. So does Radhika. How does Radhika feel?
So this must be Balaram. All right. Are you the other half of this?
Scroll back.
No, you're the other half of the person who was asking about relationships before.
To Regina's question, which was the same question about somebody else.
yeah. Unless you guys are, you know, the using I don't know,
pseudonames.
Yeah. What do you feel? What do you feel here? What are you settling for? What are you? I mean, this is it, you know.
Calm, patience, and savor the moment, I think was your advice.
Yeah, kind of, definitely. This card does not suck. All right,
no, it's a great
it does
card.
not suck at all.
Very positive card.
So it's a hugely positive card, but it does indicate that really for you to contemplate, what do you feel? And I think it's wonderful when two people are hopelessly in love with each other and they're just like sort of think, well, what do you think of that? Well, what do you think of that? Well, what do you think?
So you would say there's definitely a chance here.
Oh, hell yeah, I do. Oh yeah. You know,
she might be into you, kiddo.
Yeah, I'm thinking so. I'm thinking so. You know, just remember, if I can, because I get the feeling that you're very industrious and that you work very, very hard, and that you understand, family commitments and all that sort of stuff. But just remember to keep that soft, wonderful, sparkle, innocent side, because that's really important. The best things in life ain't things. Remember that. Remember.
Yes. What is it that you truly value? And if you value each other, you'll be fine. All right. So I'm up next.
I feel a connection. Well, that's
I'm up next with Kathleen.
I think it's reciprocated.
My Scorpio friend wants to know about children. Getting just the right.
Unfortunately, you can't sell them into slavery anymore.
Well, this is an interesting card.
Oh, somebody sent us a super chat.
All right, this is a really interesting card, Kathleen, because it is a card of birth.
Oh.
Right? So, this is Mabon ap Modron, the divine child of the divine mother.
Yes.
So, I'm going to say to you that, similar to what I said to the other fertility question, I think you absolutely are fertile. Time or place just hasn't been right yet. So I don't know. I think that sometimes we set goals for ourselves and we say, like by the time I'm 17, I'm going to have my own car. And by the time I'm 19, I'm going to have my own apartment. And by the time I'm 22, I'm going to have my career solid. And then by the time I'm 30, I'm going to own my own house. And then so we set all these goals for ourselves. And
I'm
you
impressed.
may have, pardon?
I'm impressed if you nail every one of them. Probably did. Okay.
I did. So I don't know if this was something that you put in the goal roster or not. But I will say that I do feel you absolutely can have children. I don't see there being any kind of physical restraint. I think that there has been a very tense time, and if you've been practicing with no positive results, it's probably because physically everything is all tensed up as you're worried about all kinds of other things. Or you may not have reached a particular, you may not have gotten the house that you wanted to have kids in yet, or whatever it is. But don't worry so much about the order of things, and just know that it is absolutely possible, and if you guys choose to do it, you'll be fine.
All right, so Michelle throws a super chat. So she jumps to the top of the queue. She's figured out how it works.
Yeah, you are absolutely next, Michelle.
Yes, that's the wonderful thing. If you throw us a super chat, you jump to the front of the queue.
You do.
And you also get a reading from the both of us.
You get a reading from both of us. So
which some say is a good thing.
It's Anton's turn to go first.
It is? Okay. Have we a question?
Lisa D'Angelo. Yes, you missed yours. You were second. So you'll have to scroll back. You're just after Gilda's 3-card reading.
You must have nipped out for a coffee or something.
All right. And BS7 says, thank you. And Michelle says, hi, you don't have to skip me ahead. That's how it works, Michelle.
But you see, that's how it works. I do like her. She's nice.
Just tell me what I need to know. So, Michelle, you're up next.
Shuffle them. You got to shuffle them. I feel a shuffle coming on, and I would attempt
I think somebody else is going to try to jump here.
Super chatting us here.
Ash, there you go. Oh, and Marie.
And Marie. Oh, no. Oh, no, now it's getting complicated. Yeah, good job you're in charge. So just tell Michelle what she needs to go. I go first.
Michelle gets 3 cards. And, oh, gosh, thank you, Ash. And thank you, Marie. If you have another question, go for it. And Sue, I do have your question. You're in the line, so don't worry. We'll get to you.
You won't believe how many times this has come up.
1, 2.
Oh, ooh, hey, and I guess that one. Oh, these do not suck. All right, and you could probably use your own psychic abilities, Michelle, and work out what cards we actually pull for you. So the first one, again, which has come out multiple times today. So there's definitely, whenever we do this, I'm sorry, I promise I'm going to come straight back to your reading, but whenever we do this, there always tends to be this
I'm just going to
over soul, over energy. there's almost like something goes on where the evening itself has a theme. So for people, you know, there's a bunch of people who are, for want of a better word, lurkers. And I don't mean that nastily. I know it's a lot to bare your soul and ask a question and all that sort of stuff. So a lot of people just like hang and just watch what's going on, which is totally fine. But what's wonderful about that is it tends to be that there is like this question that's come out of the zeitgeist, if you will, that is addressed, and you'll find this always happens. There's always this wonderful thing. So this card has come up a lot, so this is really interesting that this should come up again for you. And Lisa just shuffled them. So we have number one, we've got the Nine of Pentacles. Your second card was the Two of Cups, and this card really doesn't suck, Michelle, let me tell you. And finally we get the Ace of Cups, and that especially doesn't suck. So you've got cards that do not suck. So how does this apply to you? I think this is a time for you that I know you, so it's difficult for me to be totally dispassionate here. But if I'd never met you from Adam, I would say that you have this serene grace about you, and that you are such a nice person. You are so supportive of others. The only thing is almost to the detriment of yourself, that you would put everybody before you, you know, and that's lovely and wonderful and kind and super generous and all that. But this, my dear, is your time, okay? This now is about you, and it's about, you know, there's so much more you can do for others if you allow yourself to take care of yourself. Yeah, it comes down to basic maintenance, putting it bluntly. You know, if you want your car to last a good long time, you need to maintain it. You need to, you know, change the oil and all other sort of stuff that's got to be done. You don't just drive the damn thing into the ground. You know, if it starts to make a weird noise, you go and say what that weird noise is to the mechanic and all that fun stuff. But no, your time. And take your time and really focus on the things that make you happy, okay? Because I think your happiness is something that you have the ability to instill in others, and especially those closest to you. Because I think you very much are the prop in your relationship, okay? You're very much the one that gives so much to, especially where it comes to aiding other people with their self-esteem. So I think you're an incredibly selfless person and wonderful in that respect. But again, this is your time. It's time to breathe. It's time to relax a little bit and just be center. And I'm going to throw them straight at you, and you're going to go completely different.
Kathleen,
now.
I don't know why, but I'm still getting that pH acid thing, so that might affect that count as well. All right. So card number 1.
Yes.
Card number 2.
Yes.
Card number 3.
Yes.
I see a huge sense of sovereignty here. Of like claiming your place, your status. I also think that, you know, like a little hint in me says Aquarian with Saturn on your sun. Aquarian with Saturn opposition, right? I think some really big changes are in order when you recognize your true worth and how you can subtly manage to be the manager of that worth. Now, this is a union with someone who sees eye to eye, with someone who like totally gets where you're coming from. And I feel like the important part of this equation is for you to communicate without hesitation, calmly, and directly your position of authority. So how this is all going to work out, I'm not sure. But I see you becoming very stern and very authoritative in the relationship, that the person can choose to accept you as an equal, or you will find peace of mind by changing the situation. So it is very positive, but change is never easy for a fixed sign.
Well, I hear you. You know, that was a far less subtle way. What I say, it's about you, girl. So you got to look to you.
Okay.
You are super important.
So now next up is Ash. And Ash said, should I sell my car to CarMax or trade with the dealership?
You go first. Dun, dun, dun.
Ooh.
Ooh.
It's a good money card.
Ooh.
I'm going to say I think that CarMax will tell you what you want to hear, but I feel that you would get more money from the dealer that you're going to get another car from for two reasons. They really want to make the sale. Times are tough. And they really want your car to sell it on. So I think you could really come out better by selling it to the dealership. But the thing that's important is that the dealership knows exactly the car that you want, right? So in other words, you say, look, let's make a deal here, dealer, right? Let's make a deal. This is the exact car I want. This is the color interior I want, and this is what I want on it. I won't settle for less than these options, and order me this car.
This is
and
the
I
chassis number of the car.
Right? Order me this car. Yeah, I found it in Pennsylvania. Order me this chassis number and get it here. If you can get exactly what you want, deal with them, because then they'll have earned the right to take your car, right? But it's also a good idea to see what CarMax, like Gilda was saying, what's CarMax going to give you, right? So you be the wheeler dealer, and if you can get the exact car you want, trade, because in the long run you'll be better off.
Yeah. Okay. So this is where you got to get your emotions in check and treat this as a pure business deal, Ash. All right. So whilst if the dealership you've been dealing with is particularly good, you're going to feel an affinity for them, especially the sales guy or saleswoman. Simply because that they'll have won you over. They'll have won your confidence, which is what they're there to do. They're there to do that. But at the end of the day, dealership's about moving units and making as much profit as they possibly can. So you need to kind of check your emotions at the door, and don't allow a misplaced sense of attachment or fairness, or this guy's being so nice, I really want to help him out kind of thing, temper you a bit. So CarMax is like dealing with a huge supermarket, and there's not just CarMax, there's a whole bunch of other people, isn't there? There's Carvana, maybe you want to see what they'll offer. Shop around, see what the deal is, check it out on Kelley Blue Book. Is your car, for example, easier to sell privately as well? Used cars are in incredibly short supply right now and are commanding very high values.
Get
and
your
if
best
you've looked
price.
after it.
Get your best price, but you might use it for a bribe to get the car you want.
I would exactly. All right. So there's not a week goes by at the moment where Lisa's not getting hassled by the Land Rover dealer who desperately want her car. It's not for sale. But they may potentially have a customer for your car already, so they may be motivated to actually give you more, because obviously they're going to sell it for a profit. Trust your gut here, okay? This is what you check your emotions, but trust your gut, all right? Trust your gut. You really, go on what you're feeling. Your gut feeling is. Don't allow your emotions to sway you too much here. Trust your gut. But it's interesting that the high priestess here tells me that you can actually bring about the perfect scenario for what you want, where everybody, if you will, wins. And if you really, really have your mind set on a car, as Lisa was saying, if you found it online or whatever, if this is the car you specifically want, and you really would like to maintain a relationship with this dealer because they've treated you well in the past or treated you well in the past, and you've got, they've got great service or whatever, good service department, they're convenient, whatever your reasons are for wanting to stay with this particular dealership, bring that into the equation, but make it work to your advantage. Make it work to your advantage. And I do believe you're gonna come out of this actually better than you think. But a little bit of research. It's not a rush. Don't let anybody try and hold you prisoner and go, oh, you've got to sign here before we let you out the showroom. Away. Nobody has a right to hold you against your will. So,
I'm just going to scroll back because Lisa's saying that's the other Lisa I asked about work.
That was second. Okay. Have we got a different Lisa? Oh, it is.
Oh, they both asked about work and career. Lisa DeFranco was the person we answered after Gilda.
Right.
So Lisa D'Angelo, I must not have written her down because I thought we already did her.
We'll squeeze you in. We'll get you in the rotation. Apologies for that. We are human.
We're going to finish our super chat and then we'll come down and do you. Sorry. Sorry, Lisa. Sometimes it gets by me because there's a lot going on and I'm trying to live in two worlds, So you also have a work question, right? Okay. All right. So Marie says her son passed away about 4 years ago.
I'm sorry, Marie.
And she's wondering if there's any message from Spirit.
Well, that might be it. What is it?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
The first thing I got, Marie, was to say that Wayne is okay. I don't know who that is or how that would fit with anything, but Wayne is okay. All right. The card that fell out
Interesting card
is the Five of Wands. And I'm going to say that this is a message from your son saying that he understands that you're still not okay with it. Right? And I'm not trying to say that that's a bad thing on your part or that you're, overcome or crazy. We always expect that we're going to lose a parent. And we always have this kind of roulette with siblings, but we never expect we're going to lose a child. And I think this is him saying, look, it's okay every once in a while if out of left field you just need to sit down and let yourself struggle with it a little bit.
Yeah.
And don't give a shit about what other people tell you you're supposed to feel.
Because there's plenty
right?
of that.
There's plenty of people saying, oh, well, you shouldn't be still grieving. It's 4 years. Or you should do this. Or you should do that. Or why are you still holding on to that? Blah, blah, blah. None of that makes any difference.
Not their business.
It's what's in you that matters. So don't be so hard on yourself. And I think he does understand that you still struggle from time to time. And that's normal. All right. That fell out.
That's the bonus card.
Okay.
That might be the message.
So one, and I don't know who Wayne is, but
I
why
don't
that
know.
matters. But
there you go.
this third one is down here.
Nice.
All right.
Who's first, second?
I must be because I pulled them.
Oh, well, you are anyways.
All right. Oh, what beautiful cards.
I think you went first last time, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Wow. Was he an Aquarian?
Ooh.
I'd just like to know. Marie, was he an Aquarian? This I see as a time of great peace and understanding and kind of being amazed by spirit. I'm going to hang and let you go for a bit because I'm
Oh, she's getting a download.
bombarded and
Be bombarded. All right. I just want to say, And this is the message that really comes across with just looking at these
Cancerian,
cards
okay.
in whichever way you want to look at them. It's okay. All right, it's okay. I know it shouldn't be okay. Everything about it sucks royal. It really does, and there's no amount of platitudes or whatever anybody, including myself and Lisa, can say that's going to make it
No.
any better, because it's not going to be okay.
And it's between you and him, nobody else's
But-
business. Yeah.
But these cards say it's okay. It's okay, and I don't know. I feel this strangely. It's almost like there's an almost closer connection now. That might sound really weird, but I think you feel his presence pretty much around you. And just because the ship sailed over the horizon and we can no longer see it doesn't mean the ship doesn't exist anymore. You know what I'm saying? You can connect to those energies should you desire to do so, and it's okay. You know, you can go climb a mountain and shout. You can hug a tree. You can do whatever's necessary. But I think they're all beautiful expressions, and I think you know, what is remembered lives.
What is remembered lives, yeah.
I'm going to throw it back at you.
Okay.
Hopefully you've got your download by now.
Will my tarot business be okay.
I shall drink more of my non-soda soda. Fizz, fizz, gee whiz, it says.
I guess the other thing that I'm getting, Marie, is it doesn't really matter regarding religion. A lot of times we kind of let that get in the way of our spiritual beliefs because we think, oh, you know, I shouldn't be messing with that, or we have questions that don't get answered or whatever. I think the other thing is this card is saying to go with what's in you as your answer or understanding of how to connect and how to cope. And don't worry if someone else in your family may judge you through a different spiritual point of view. You have your own way of connecting.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I really feel there's a strong connection, and that's.
All right.
I know that sounds weird.
So
but
now I apologize, Lisa, to Lisa D'Angelo, because she's right. It was both Lisas did ask about work, but the question we answered was the other Lisa. So this is.
we're human. I'm sorry. We'll plead the fifth,
a one card for
Yes.
Lisa.
and it's about work.
Slow and steady wins the race.
I guess you're going with it.
All right, so Lisa, you have really put in the time and effort and energy, and I think that you have, I don't know, like hit some milestone or something where it's important that you are recognized. So, you know, you can see that this horse is really heavy and his feet are stuck in the mud and he's been staring out for so long, but he's looking at that potential. So I'm going to say right now the job market is hot.
It is.
And you can find a much better paying job with your skill set, and you can decide to move to that other job, or you can use that offer to get a better position or pay where you already are. So either way looks good. Money is going to come in. Just have to be a little more patient or dig a little bit to make it happen. All right. So you're up next with Violet.
Hello, Violet.
And Violet says, her question is, will my tarot business be successful? And then she said, P.S. Thanks much. Your shop really inspired me when I visited as a baby witch. Well, this is it. I was talking today to...
I'm going to hang here.
you hang on there for a
I'm
second.
going to hang here.
All right, I was
While
talking...
you talk, I'm going to just nip out and blow my nose.
Okay, because it'll be really loud.
Oh, hell yeah.
I'm going through my second Saturn return. So I was having a reading by an astrologer friend of mine today, who when the pandemic calms down, see, he wasn't kidding. When the pandemic calms down, he's probably going to come for a visit and do some readings or workshop for the store. And we realized when I was talking to him, I said to him, I realized the other day, and I'll share this with you, that I'm in my second Saturn return. But when I was 29, 30 years ago, I opened the store because that was the Saturn return I went through. So when you go into your Saturn return at age like 29, 28, 29, 30, you tend to do things that are life-changing, like have a baby, don't have a baby, get married, get divorced, change the state you're living in, open a completely different business. So we recognize that the store is going through its first Saturn return while we're both going through our second. And then he asked, did you have any children? And I said, no, I have the store. So it's 29 years almost. Yeah. And a lot of times I'll see people who say, when I came here when I was little, and I look at them and think, oh my God, they're driving.
Are you old enough to drive? Are you old enough to have a baby? What's going on here?
That's what it's about for us. It's about connecting people with people, or connecting people with insight, connecting people with tools. And we really now are coming for the last third of our lives, and we really, really want to get Celtica solidified. So if anybody listening wants to go to see Celtica.org,
please do.
We really want to leave a place where long after we're gone, people can still have that divine inspiration and connection. And thank you for sharing that it did inspire you. So this is Violet and her success.
All right, Violet. Let's have a look. Oh, mate. Yeah. This is the patter of tiny feet. We're talking about babies and all that sort of stuff. So whilst this can indicate, great fecundity, if I can say that in English, great fertility, there's also great grace and beauty in this card. And also understand, whilst we've got Venus here, Venus rules money too. A lot of people forget that. Venus rules actually the queen of the realm, the gold, the goodies. And the wheat that we see here in this card, understand that corn exchanges used to be where people went to make their tithings. That's where, they had to give part of the crops that they grew to the government, the parish, the whatever, as part of their tithe, as part of their taxes. This was the thing. So this was currency. This was currency. It's cold, hard cash. So we've got an abundance of this growing here. The thing to remember is to do this with grace and with beauty, and always to remember to be gracious. Do not, as a word from a couple of old crusty witches here, do not allow yourself to get drug into the he said, she said, witch wars, psychic wars, whatever you want to call it. Be gracious to all those around you. Radiate nothing but class and beauty. And I think you will do extraordinarily well. So there. What do you think?
Oh yeah, I think you're going to end up going from being the witchling to being everybody's mother.
There you go.
All right. So next up is Sue, and she had a question regarding finances.
Well, what's
so
your turn,
Sue,
then?
it's your turn.
Aha.
I'm going to say that right now might be a good time to kind of check things over and look at your expenses versus income. I think that you always see those ads on TV. Oh, do we have subscriptions that are bleeding us dry, or do we have this, do we have that? But I think now is a great time to kind of refinance and consolidate so that you're not overpaying in interest for something that you really don't want to overpay in interest. I think that there may be someone who puts the ask on you a little too much, like I need this or I need that, and maybe even though they are over 3 foot tall, they don't really know the difference between a need and a want.
Could be a little.
So I'm not going to say be stingy and horrible, but I'm going to say maybe don't be quite as generous as you have been, and think about what you're paying out that you really don't have to, right? And he's got that red hat on, and to me that is like a fire in the head, or the knowledge to overcome. So although this is not a money card, its message is about not being open to have something taken from you that doesn't belong to the other person. And if you look really closely, there's this little band of warriors over here coming to the rescue to get back their swords. So I think that you can kind of say, I don't really need that. You don't really need that either. And try to kind of gear things a little more streamlined. And like I said, refinance so that the outgoings are a little less and the interest is a little less.
Yes, I just really feel that card indicates, that something is being stolen away from you, and I think Lisa's exactly right with the high interest. I think that something is probably hitting you with rapacious interest right now. Maybe review that. You can do much better, and a little bit of reorganization could really improve your finances.
All right.
Dramatically.
Yes. So,
Here we go.
Cancer girl, I do have you on the list. Tori, I have you on the list, and if you want a card, let me know.
Yeah.
Thank you, Miss Dana. I love you more, and if you want a card, let me know. And Anna Marie, let me know.
How cool is that?
Miranda says, she said, that we couldn't possibly be 60, and I said, yes, it's the fat that spreads out the wrinkles.
Shut up. Stop it. So while you're reading that, let me, I'll carry on. I'll just do a shameless plug of what we're all about here, because it's probably been a bit of a change in the guard. We've been going about an hour now. So what are we doing? Well, welcome. If you've just joined us, with Lisa and Anton, we run the Awareness Shop in New Paltz, New York. And we're doing tonight some free readings for you. If you would like a card, just simply, pop your question in the chat. Cost you nothing. Bear in mind this is going to be public, so
right,
if it's
so
where should I hide the 5 bodies I've dismembered, it's probably not a good thing to put in the chat or whatever. So no, seriously, just if you have a question, do that. Now also, we're be shameless. If you're in a rush, we take people in rotation. Apologies to Lisa earlier. We occasionally drop the ball and miss somebody. So, because there's usually quite a lot of chat going on here. So, if we miss you, we apologise. It's not intentional. We try. Lisa does a really good job of keeping on top of this.
Not always, but
so
anyway.
So we take people in rotation. If you're in a rush and you've just joined us and you're like, oh, I've got to get a reading and then I've got to get out of here. Well, you can throw us a super chat and we'll bump you to the front of the queue. And you'll also get a reading from Lisa and I. So the both of us will actually read for you. And we'll pull a couple more extra cards rather than just the one that we
If not, you just have to wait your turn.
Otherwise, just wait your turn. But we're doing our best to try and do less.
Sneeze.
I had to. I don't know. I think it's the dust from the lights or something that's just really got up my nostralia, so I had to go and make a big bazoot sound. Be grateful I went out to do that.
I did tell them. They did hear you.
It's an embarrassing thing. I'm sorry. So yeah. We're doing our best to become less of a well-kept secret, and you guys can really help us with that. We have this ulterior motive. It's not necessarily about lining our own pockets with masses of money. There's an ulterior motive there. We're trying to make Celtica become a reality, so you can help us just by mashing that thumbs up button. If you haven't already done so, can you do that right now, please? And if you can take a second just to share a link to our channel or this video on your social media, that really helps as well. After this video's done, if you want to take a minute just to throw something in the comments, and I believe you can do that now even while you're watching it live. You don't have to just put it in the chat. You could actually comment too. That helps too. It's all about getting this algorithm this wonderful algorithm.
We're trying to play
thingy.
this game in a realm that we don't understand.
Getting better known. So you guys can help us, and we value. If you want to throw us a super chat, doesn't have to be much. Anything you like. I think you can do. I don't know what the smallest is. A couple of bucks or whatever.
$2.99 is the
smallest. A couple of bucks to a couple of thousand, whatever you want to do.
Got to get back to reading here.
Anyway, whose turn is it? And
it's your turn. Haley wants to know.
Hello, Haley.
This is a complicated one for a one card, all right?
God, all right.
Haley wants to know, how is the narcissist going to react when she finally leaves her sister's shop and has her own?
This card is the one that's screaming out, oh God, Scorpios. Hide the sharp pointed objects.
This is kind of saying, Haley, that the narcissist will not ever forget, even if they forgive you. And when you least expect it, expect it.
Yes, Scorpios have unfortunately got a way of getting even if it's on their bloody deathbed. So you know, I saw a wonderful meme, and this I think there's some wisdom for you here, and it was hilarious. It was, and you're going to say, how is this possibly relevant? And it was this kid wearing these reality goggles. What do you call it? VR goggles, virtual reality goggles, and the world behind him. You know, there's atom bombs going off. There's like planes crashing and all that sort of stuff. And it's the way to keep somebody a prisoner is to never let them know they're a prisoner. All right. So the way to actually get away from this is to not actually put it out that you're having a falling out and that you're coming at this from a place of malice.
No, she just wants her own success. Yeah.
Just go. You know, you've taught me so much, and I'm loving this, and
well,
it's brilliant.
Haley, it's good if you're a Scorpio, because then you know you will forgive, but you will not forget. And you're a leg up on the revenge side of things.
I still maintain we should keep the sharp objects away from you. Okay.
No, from the narcissist, I think. All right. So, Angela, yes, you can be added to the list. If you have a question, please let us know. Maureen, I have you on the list. If you have a question, please let us know. And Jay, hi. If you have a question, please let us know. But yeah, I think that you can handle the narcissist. Don't worry about it. Oh.
Don't kill anybody.
Yeah.
Don't kill anybody.
Yeah, you'll be all right. You'll be all right.
Seriously.
All right, so anybody. Cancer Girl. Cancer Girl wants to know if her boyfriend has an inappropriate attraction to M.
Curious.
My first instinct when someone asks me, so will she cause problems? Not right away. She will do the underhanded, backstabby kind of thing. You know what I mean. Want to know how Leo felt? Oh, okay. That's Angela's question. Sorry. All right. So, Haley, yeah, when you least expect it. She's going to do something. But it's probably gossip or bad-mouthing or whatever. And that's when he's saying just...
don't kill anybody.
Don't kill anybody.
Don't kill anybody. All right.
Okay. Cancer Girl. If you were not a Cancer, no offense, I would say to you, this is all in your head and you're overthinking things. Because that's what Cancers do. What did he mean when he said that? What do you think she meant when she did that? Why did that happen? Oh my God. And perhaps I'm not looking at this correctly and I don't want to lose this and that. Take a deep breath. What I think is going on is that they have something in common that you may not understand. For example, they may have gone to school together and had the same teacher, or been in the same study group, or been in charge of a project that they worked on together. I'm going to say that whatever it is that they have in common is what the attraction is. But it's not belittling or taking away from the relationship with you. I think they still want to build the relationship with you, but they're allowed to have other friends. Okay.
Ooh, we got now?
Linda would like a message from her mother.
We have I know who this person is as well.
I'm getting there.
You're on top of it. You've got to go in.
I can't write and talk someone else's reading simultaneously.
I understand.
But while you're doing Linda's message from her mother, I'll catch up on all of this.
A message from Linda's mother. I'm feeling this one. I don't know. Let's have a look. See. Well, this is a Piscean card, so I don't know who the Piscean is, but if there's no Piscean involved in this, then this is very much like Piscean time of year, the Piscean traits. My mum was a Pisces, and she was quite sharp, I have to say that. She did lose her marbles in the end, bless her, but she was a very alluring woman, without doubt. And I think there is much not to be taken for. Is this message for you? Anton, just open your gob and let the words fall out. That's the way it's supposed to be.
Yeah, what's the message?
Do not allow yourself to be taken for granted, my dear. There is more to you than meets the eye. I feel that this is being told to you. That you are beautiful and profound and creative. That you don't realise how beautiful and beautifully creative that you are, and that you need to honour yourself more than you are. I think you sell yourself short, and this is not something that you should be doing. Craft a little more. You're very, very crafty. Yeah. Make some stuff. You've gotten those skills. Those skills have been passed down to you. Do not waste them. Do not let them sit idle. Yeah. Harness that creativity, that gift of creativity, which I think has come from your mum, frankly. Moving on, if that's any good.
Harness your creative gifts.
Indeed.
All right. Tori wants me to do some spiritual spying.
Spiritual spying?
Tori wants to know what S's secret thoughts are.
Where did you put the remote?
All right. Don't get scared. But I think they think you're soulmates. So they're not going to show you that. They're not going to play their hand because I think they've been burned and scared people away before. But I'm going to say that S has very, very deep emotions. They may be a water sign, or they just may be very, very sensitive. And I do think they care a lot for you, but are afraid to say the L word. You need to kind of give this time to steep, like a good tea. Yeah.
You can tell how he's a Scorpio. She's retracted all of the messages.
So the narcissist can't read them. All right.
How's Scorpio?
Dana wants to move out of her one bedroom.
Yes.
So she needs to know any vibe about the city, Long Island, Jersey. Where's she going?
Long Island? Is it Lun?
Long Island.
G apostrophe, yeah, island.
Where do you think she's going to go?
No, I'm feeling this one.
Oh, dear.
I don't know, but making the decision's going to be a bitch, girl. Oh, God. Oh, no, you should go here. And yet now you come to us and want even another opinion here. You know what? I'm gonna have you sort this out dead easy, all right? What you need to do, find yourself a little bit of peace and calm, all right, where you're not going to be hassled for a while. Just get yourself there. Then shut your eyes and imagine yourself in the perfect place. Where is it? I mean, are you near the ocean? Are you inland? Are you by a mountain? Are you by a lake? Etc., etc., etc. Start to really build that place of where you want to be in your mind. And when it starts to become a thought form, it's an easy transition to take that thought form into reality. Reason being is you know what you're actually looking for. Because I think at the moment there's too
scattered stuff.
There's too much fragmented whatever all over the place. So really start to. You know how it works by now, don't you?
I think it's near family. I get the sense that it's
do,
near family,
but sometimes you love your family. Sometimes you want to
want
have
your
that
space,
war with the
yeah.
sticks with your family. So I don't know.
I'm up next with Anne Marie, who's going to just get a card for general. Ooh.
Hey.
Anne Marie, some really, really good financial news. I think there's going to be some sort of payout. on an investment that you might have forgotten you had. So I don't think this is like cashing in your 401k or anything like that, but there might be some kind of refund or insurance payment that you didn't realize you were entitled to get. Meaning like if you had paid some premiums or co-payments and extra bits for something, I think you're going to get a decent check in the mail. Some kind of refund or payback from something you didn't even know was coming. So I think it's a very positive card. All right. Gilda says she wants a card like Ash had. Should she sell to Carfax or the dealer? Your turn.
All right, Gilda, I can do that.
Oh.
You're going to come out of this better than you thought you were going to.
That's a great
That's
card,
for absolutely sure, you know. Shop is the way. It very much is at this moment in time a seller's market with regard to second-hand vehicles. So shop around and, you know, use that intelligence, if you will. You know, don't wander into this blind. Don't just take the first offer. You can get offers from, as I said, there's like the online people. No association, but if they want to sponsor us, you know, we could talk about it. I think there's Vroom, there's Carvana, there's obviously CarMax where you go. I mean, all these people will make you, you know, hard and fast offers. I think you can even get a hard and fast offer to buy your car on kbb.com, which is Kelly Blue Book, where you go to value it. Bear in mind that you very much have the control of what you want, you know what you want, and then when you know what you want, finding the route to get there becomes so much easier. If you have a specific, and when I say specific vehicle in mind, I mean you've actually researched it down to, you know, what the color is. You might even have actually found that actual vehicle on somebody's lot somewhere in the country that's for sale, you know. Maybe the dealership that you want to deal with can get you that vehicle, you know. It's give and take, but this very much is go do some research. You're going to be surprised. You're going to be surprised how much you're going to get for your car.
Well, Cancer Girl, if M is your sister, then you should have much insight into what her history with your boyfriend might be. And I guess this all comes down to trust.
There's a tripartite thing going there, isn't there? Interesting,
All right.
Lena.
Angela wants to know what Leo felt about the Instagram post that she made on Monday and why Leo has not reached out.
Oh, God. What did you put up there? Whose is it? Mine? No, it's you now.
It's me. You
It's
just went with the Gilda
okay.
thing.
All right. Well,
Did they see it?
have they even seen it?
I don't know why. I don't know exactly how Instagram works, but I think people can hit like or love or whatever. Like they can react on Facebook. They do the same thing on Instagram, I think. If they haven't reacted, I don't think they've seen it. And if they have seen it, then I think they didn't get it. Right? Like you might have thought, this is so direct, and they're just gonna get it. But I don't think they got it, and I don't think they realize they're supposed to respond, and I don't think they've had any reaction, and I'm not completely sure they've seen it, because there seems to be, when I focus on it, there honestly seems to be like this space or this void, almost like it went out to the world and missed Leo. Sorry about that. All right, so Cancer Girl says it's like it's philosophy thing, a philosophy class at school. Okay, well, you would want your partner to be friends with your family.
You would.
Right? And if your sister was a brother, you'd be thrilled that they were building a relationship. But because your sister is a sister and there is that kind of competition, I understand. But I really don't think he's interested in your sister the way he's interested in you. And if it really bothers you, read up on the topics and include yourself in the conversations. He watches my account on different accounts, so he probably hasn't. Yeah, I feel like don't worry about it because he didn't see it.
Yeah, it's okay, you know.
All right.
If you've got something to say to somebody, say it.
Well, you know, it's a different generation.
Well, I know, but you know, it's.
And Dana says, thanks, I got my mindset perfectly. And she wants to live in New Paltz. All right.
Of course. Nothing wrong with that.
All right. So Maureen would like to know any insight as to where she might move.
Should I stay or should I go now? Lots of moving, lots of babies, lots of. It's funny,
very
isn't it? It's a very
Saturn-
spring-like kind of thing. Moving.
Saturnian.
Lupercalian. Ooh. This does not shock.
This is very similar to the answer that he gave to Dana. What does your mind tell you would be your perfect place to live, and go there?
Have at it.
It's your turn. Sorry.
She's just taking the words out of my mouth. This really is. And this actually card is
This
to
is from
me,
Maureen, by the way, in case people are confused.
Right. This card to me is the epitome of force being shaped to come into form. You know, form coming from force. This, if you will, look, we've got the equal arm cross and get all alchemical on you here and all this, and the host of heaven, which represents the virality of the masculine life force energy. All energy comes from the sun, coming into the chalice, which is the womb. So in other words, basically there's a deeper message here with you. This is a card all about emotions. This is the Ace of Cups. So emotional attachment, yeah, okay, but what it is, it needs to be a place that you really, really, really love. Now, so, should you stay or should you go? Where's the place you should move? Do you even think you want to move? Do you love where you are so much now that you don't want to move? Is it necessary? Is it that you can't abide where you are now and you think there could be so much better? All of these things, this really says you've got to bring into what you truly love and what you truly envisage as being your perfect environment. Okay? So there is some work here. Now, there's great beauty, but understand that for lilies to grow, there's got to be an awful lot of crap under the surface. There's a lot of mud there. So this may be a slightly messy business, you know? There might be some mud. There literally might be some mud. This might be a new construction, you know? But this great beauty comes from this. And there's such this outpouring. And this is really interesting because we've got time for me to do a tiny digression, haven't we?
Sure.
Okay, because I always do, don't I? This is the card that, if you read Arthur Edward Waite's Pictorial Key to the Tarot, he says the hand issues forth from the cloud from which brings forth the chalice from which 4 streams are pouring. If you count closely, you'll see that Pamela Coleman Smith painted 5 streams here, even though he thought it was just down to earth, fire, water and air, you know, or earth, water, air and fire to get them in the correct ascending order, if you will. But there's also spirit, the spirit. And what does your spirit truly desire here? Spirit is the animus. Spirit is what brings it about, you know. So where's your spirit want to be? Bit of reflection, bit of thought necessary, but you know, once you know what good looks like, it's very easy to get there.
And I don't know, but I feel like somebody really wants you to go south, and if you're a northerner, that's going to be tough.
Kit. Oh, did I just do that?
All right, Jay.
I'm sorry, I can't do that.
Will I get back with my ex? Jay. Jay says my zodiac sign is Ophiuchus.
No, mate.
No.
No, it ain't.
No, you're the
Yes,
Scorpio or Sag. There's no Ophiuchus in my world. But that's okay. Shelby.
Hey, you're lucky we bring the outer planets in. I'm more your medieval astrology, to be perfectly honest.
All right.
Ooh, there's your thought.
I'm going to say to you, Jay, X's are usually X's for good reason. And I'm just getting the feeling that there is a third person in this equation. So I don't know if you've kind of been focused on another person, or if the reason you're not with the other person anymore is because they were kind of focused on someone else. I'm kind of thinking that your ex is a little bit of a showy kind of player kind of person. And they may come back in, but I think you should have more respect for yourself. He's Sag, okay. Have more respect for yourself. And don't take him back unless you really think you can trust him.
Yeah, it's the bugger, isn't it? It's the bugger.
They may not be worthy of you, and you may be very well better off without them.
Yeah.
Because I just feel like you're a little more solid, and you're looking for someone who can make a commitment. And I think they might have commitment issues. So be careful. And I do think there will be an opportunity. But yeah, get a second opinion. All right. So now, Shelby, it's your turn, Anton. Shelby says,
hello, Shelby.
Will the Capricorn and I talk or reconnect?
Well, Capricorns are interesting people, let me tell you that.
Well,
let me have a look here.
She's Sag, they're Capricorn.
Oh God, and I've got the Pisces card.
Oh, there's no drama in this relationship.
Well, here's the thing. She's Sag, you said?
She's a Sag.
Okay.
And
all
the
right.
person they want to talk to is Capricorn.
See, what a lot of people don't realise is Sag is very direct. Sag also does not do confinement in any way, shape, form, or whatever. And the moment you start to feel fenced in, whether you
Or controlled,
and by that, fenced in, controlled, or told thou cannot do, thou wants to do so much that even if you didn't really want to do it before, simply because it's verboten, you must do it. So the rebellion is strong in you. And what you have to understand is that Capricorn is the wall. All right, it's ruled by Saturn. It's governance.
Immovable object.
So here we have unstoppable force meets immovable object almost. But what a lot of people don't realize with Capricorns is that their emotions. Oh my God, they're deep. If they ever see the light of day. But that doesn't mean they don't do a bloody number on them internally. Because they do. But could they ever express it? No.
So I think your Capricorn is a little broken, is what he's kindly trying to say.
And I think some things are obvious to you, Captain Obvious, but not so. So this relationship would need a hell of a lot of work. Is what I'm saying. I know you want to.
But this does look like they're talking.
It does.
So
it does.
I think that they will talk to you.
It's the drama card.
Yeah.
It's the drama card. But understand, what's a drama? Is it pathos? Is this pathetic, or is it? What's the other? It's all Greek to me. I can't help me. If there's any Greeks watching, Dana, what's the opposite of pathos? So. Yeah, there's that. That's the humor and the pain, the power and the pain, the kind of thing. This is, but there is opportunity for creation and communication here, and something that is goes to 13. So this is a tricky bugger. This is a well tricky bugger.
You will talk, but not without drama.
Fuck yeah.
And it doesn't mean that it's going to work out just because you talk.
I
But,
swore. I'm
yeah.
sorry very badly, but I can't. I can't sugarcoat it.
All
This
right.
is hard
All right,
work.
guys. So thank
Hard
you
work.
all so very, very much.
Oh, right. Okay.
Like, comment, and subscribe.
If you haven't mashed the like button, please do
And,
so. Do so now. Do it now.
Look out tomorrow for some wonderful news, unexpected good news.
We like unexpected.
Happy full moon.
Yeah.
Do your little magic or your blessing tonight. And we will see you again on Monday, if not before.
For 11 6, yes, thank you so much for joining us. So have a beautiful evening. We're going to go and maybe get something to eat.
We
What do you
got
think
all
then?
kinds of stuff still to do before
yum,
we
yum.
sleep. So peace and bright blessings. Have a great one. Thank you all so
Blessed
much.
be. Thank you for joining us. Bye-bye.